And the snows fall and the white winds blow. The lone wolf dies, but the pack survives.
Hi guys, it's Fentoni. I'm back with another Season 8 prediction video, and this time it's going to be about Sansa Stark. Sansa's a very interesting character right now. After Littlefinger's death, what's next for the Lady of Winterfell? Jon Snow is coming back to Winterfell with Daenerys, and I expect they will arrive in the first episode of Season 8. And Jon Snow is now Warden of the North, not King in the North. This was confirmed in Jon Snow's letter that he sent to Sansa telling her he's bent the knee to Daenerys. How is Sansa going to react to this? Under normal circumstances, I would say she would have a go at Jon and tell him off for bending the knee, tell him, what have we done, the Northern Lords will abandon us. But the North needs to be ready for the Army of the Dead, as they have crossed the wall. I feel the White Walkers will march down south, and they will reach Winterfell within a few episodes. Sansa has no place on the battlefield. She's not a fighter, so I think her place in the War for the Dawn will be off the battlefield. Brienne and Arya will protect Sansa, and both of them have Valyrian steel weapons. Brienne has Oathkeeper, and Arya has her dagger, but Sansa's not going to do any fighting. Instead, I think she's going to continue to lead the North like she did in Season 7. She is the Lady of Winterfell, and after Jon Snow left for Dragonstone, she was left in charge. She's done a very good job at organising the North for not only the winter, but also for the long night. There was a scene in Season 7 where Sansa was talking to Lord Royce, Maester Walken and Littlefinger, where she was inquiring about how much food Winterfell has, and she mentioned the entire North might have to come to Winterfell, and with the Army of the Dead in the Seven Kingdoms, I feel they will attack the northern castles on their way to Winterfell, and the entire North is going to flee there. Jon's going to lead the armies, but Sansa's going to be in charge of everything else, and those who cannot fight. I feel the Army of the Dead will take Winterfell, and the main characters are going to be forced to flee south. This is where I worry for Sansa. What's going to happen to her? Does she die at Winterfell? Or is she able to flee south whilst Jon and Daenerys hold Winterfell? I don't think Sansa dies at Winterfell, as I feel she has to reunite with Cersei Lannister. Sansa was held in King's Landing until Joffrey's death, and she spent a lot of time with Cersei. Cersei was cruel to Sansa, but Sansa has learned a lot from her. I feel Sansa and Cersei must meet again, and I think it will happen in King's Landing.
You're the military man, but I know her. If you're her enemy, she'll never stop until she's destroyed you. Everyone who's ever crossed her, she's found a way to murder.
You almost sound as if you admire her.
I learned a great deal from her.
Sansa did say in Season 7 she won't step foot inside King's Landing while Cersei is queen, but I feel she has no choice. I don't think Sansa's the one to kill Cersei, but I firmly believe they need to share a scene together one last time. Cersei used to call Sansa Little Dove, and I would love to hear Cersei say it one more time. But this time, Sansa's not a little dove, she's the Lady of Winterfell. I can't wait for that scene, I hope it happens. Imagine Cersei trying to manipulate Sansa, and maybe she tries to get her to bend the knee, or maybe Cersei wants to torment Sansa one last time by telling her her family will die up north, but Sansa's too strong now, and she manipulates Cersei. I do feel the final battle will be in King's Landing after Winterfell falls, and everybody's going to try to flee south. Sansa will already be there, but this is where I'm kinda confused. What is she going to do there? She needs to have a big moment in Season 8, so maybe she does play a role in Cersei's death. Or maybe she outwits Cersei and takes control of King's Landing. After Littlefinger's death, I feel Cersei is the final boss for Sansa. In Season 7 though, Sansa mentioned Cersei a lot, and she even talked about how well she knows Cersei and her tricks. So I would love to see Sansa get the better of Cersei and take King's Landing from her. But I'm not really confident on what awaits Sansa in the final season, which is quite interesting, and it's also quite fascinating because Season 7 was quite predictable for Sansa. There was the whole tension of Jon Snow storyline, and then Arya, and then Littlefinger. So it's nice to go into it and not know what's going to happen to her. I do feel she is going to survive the War for the Dawn and return to Winterfell. I think she will rule Winterfell, but will it be as Lady or as Queen in the North? I would love to see the Northern Lords chant Queen in the North and name Sansa their leader, but it depends entirely on what happens to Jon Snow. I've read theories that Sansa's going to marry someone after the war, but who? Tyrion? They were married before, but it was never consummated. They're not in love, but they did get on pretty well. Maybe they're going to remarry and forge a Stark alliance with the Lannisters? What about Gendry? If Gendry becomes legit, he's going to need a wife, but I don't think it's going to be Sansa, as both of them would be head of their houses, so I don't think that would work. Would Sansa move to Storm's End? Would Gendry move to Winterfell? Nah, that's not going to work. And come to think of it, this could apply to Tyrion as well, as he could be head of House Lannister if Jaime dies as well. This is so complicated. I don't think Sansa gets married off just like she has in the past, and to be honest, she's not had any romantic relationships. Maybe she'll marry Sweet Robin, but I think the show might have forgotten about him. Maybe she's gonna marry the Hound. I really don't know. Maybe Sansa's never gonna marry, but if she is queen or lady, she's gonna need a child to continue the Stark name. Bran's unlikely to have children, and Jon Snow would either be dead or a Targaryen at this point, so what happens to House Stark? Does it die out, or does Sansa or Arya's children take the name of their mother and continue the line? Or will there be some other way for House Stark to live on? Maybe we get into a similar situation with Joffrey Lydon, who married a Lannister and changed his name to Joffrey Lannister and became King of the Rock when there was no other male heir. I doubt that someone else is randomly going to take a Stark name, so I feel that Sansa is the future of House Stark. So what do you think? Will Sansa die? Is it going to be at Winterfell or King's Landing? Will she face Cersei one last time? Does Sansa kill her, or does Cersei kill Sansa? And does Sansa remain Lady of Winterfell, or does she become Queen in the North? And do you think Sansa remarries, and will her children take the Stark name? I'm sorry this prediction video has a lot of holes in it, but Sansa's role in Season 8 is not very obvious, and I feel with the death of Littlefinger there's not much for her to do except face Cersei and lead the North. She can't fight the army of the dead, but she can lead, and I want to see her face Cersei one more time. So leave all your thoughts in the comments below, and if you're just finding the channel for the first time, please hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like on it because that really helps me out. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.